Good day, folks. Good day. This is your host Shane coming from you from the studio. Another episode of Coffee Talk with Shane because there are many coffee talks out there. How is everyone doing today? I'm here in NYC and we are trying to make some sense of this here smoke coming from Canada. I believe it started like 2 days ago. Everyone's walking around with the mask on. I think we're trying to make some normalcy of exactly what exactly is going on. I haven't seen any updates from Canada. They said it's wildfires, and we are getting the back end of it because it's coming here to New York. Right now it's sunny out, but you can smell the smoke. You can actually taste the smoke. It's current situation, current status with some states that's going on. So nevertheless, we're still going to keep rocking and rolling. We're going to get the show going. So tonight's episode, first and foremost, let me go back. I want to thank everyone for their support. I always have to say that in the beginning. If you want to go ahead and support the channel, you can always use Cash App. Cash App me at more Shane 888. I'll put it down there in the description box at the end, or you can see it in my profile because I'm going to upload this on YouTube. So yes, if you want to support the channel, it's an independent channel. You can also find me on Roku as well as YouTube, and occasionally I will go live on Facebook. I've never gone live on Instagram. People ask me. It's just something that I've never done. So hopefully in the near future, we never know what might take place. I'll go ahead and do some live streaming from there. So tonight's topic, and I want to discuss it because I see it's like a epidemic, is reciprocity. Now, what exactly is reciprocity? Reciprocity is the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one's country, organization, relationship, family, and job. To another. So reciprocity is give and take. The reason why I want to talk about this topic, reciprocity, because I see that in current status, in today's status, people do not practice reciprocity. More people practice the art of taking with the intentions of never giving, just receiving, whether it's time, whether it's energy, whether it's your finances, whether it's material things. People want to take and not reciprocate anything back. Now we're going to build from the standpoint of family, relationship, and a job. Sometimes, all three wind up falling into the same category, even though it's three different topics. But sometimes all three fall into the same category. Okay, so when it comes down to your job, most of us work jobs or have careers. If you're lucky to be in your career, it's a wonderful feeling to be in your career. Career and job are two different things. Jobs, sometimes we have to have 1, 2, or 3, depending on what your circumstances is to get the bills paid. Your career is something that you're passionate about. It's your path in life. You grow, you love the energy. Whether it's lucrative or not, this is something that you build off. So sometimes in these settings at work, you find yourself doing someone else's job on top of your job. So now I work in a hospital. I'm a nurse, and it happens quite often. Also, I work with the mentally disabled. So I've been in the health field for quite some time. Anyone that is aware of the health field, you do way more than it's required, more than your job description. And what's reciprocated back is never the amount of money. More of your time is given out. And so it causes you to burn out. Okay. So we want to get in a place in life where we can identify that we're burnt out, because it's not equal reciprocity or reciprocated back the energy and the time that is given at work. So this is around the time some of us put in for vacation, or we have to have some type of time to ourselves where we can recoup and regroup. Now, when you're at work and you're not receiving compensation in what you're doing, you feel not appreciated. You feel like you want to find another job. You feel like, this is not the job for me. It becomes hostile. So now you dislike going to work. The environment is not good because you're not seeing the fruits and the money gained from anything that you're doing. Okay, so now we're going to go towards family. Now, most of us are matriarchs. Most of the time, women are the head of the family. That's how it's always been. So let's deal with facts and not beliefs. Deal with facts. Most women matriarchs run their homes. Okay, so whether it's financially, it's mentally, it's spiritually, most women run the household. With running a household, being a matriarch in your household or in your family, that compensation is never reciprocated back. You find yourself resolving more issues, burning out, trying to accommodate for everyone else around you, and you actually never see it. Sometimes you can feel unappreciated because you put your all in all and put 110% in getting a task done. Those that are dealing with marriages and situationships and relationships where they're single in that, and their spouse is not reciprocating the same energy that's given out. Whether it is dealing with the children, it's a big issue that comes across, is dealing with finances, just dealing with time, and just dealing with understanding is never reciprocated back. Okay, so I know that most of us, we all grown here on this podcast. We're all grown here on this live. We've all dealt with that. Okay. A lot of times in relationships, I see that, and I can experience that most of the time you're single. Okay, so when you're single and you have an additional person with you, it feels like dead weight. Okay, so this is a Judge Reed zone. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it down there. We'll down in the questionnaire about the comment section. I will answer it. And again, this is your host, Shane. This is just a topic that I want to discuss on, which is called reciprocity. Also, in the household, we understand that we have children, we have nieces and nephews, extended family outside of our immediate family, and we always find ourselves giving, whether it's our time and energy, a listening ear, our expertise, but it's never reciprocated back. It's never given back. It's like I'll do X, Y, and Z for you, but to get that back, it's never matched. There's never any time. The compensation is never there. And it becomes frustrated where you do not want to deal with your family. You want to just go ahead and separate yourself. Some people find it better to just be single from family, like isolate themselves rather from their family members, and they just deal with their immediate family. See, with that, it could fall into also falling into depression. Okay, I spoke about that on my last podcast. Anxiety, depression. This can form and can fall into the category of becoming depressed and dealing with anxiety. Reciprocity is not given completely across the board in a lot of things, and dealing with your family. You love your family and you want to continue your legacy, and you want to honor and respect the loved ones and the elders that are in your family, but sometimes they do not match up. So I know that you could feel overwhelmed when you ask, well, what is the purpose of me being what do they say? You have to do servitude in the community. It's better to serve, and to keep serving and serving and serving. So when you're serving and serving and serving, and that's being said to you, you're pouring and you're pouring and you're pouring out all of your good energy, all of your good finances, all of your good youth, all of your good whatever it is that you hold. And to get yourself filled back up, it's never compensated accordingly. Okay, and that can be a problem. And so how do we identify if we're pouring out, if we're not being reciprocated back, what we're dishing out? Well, number one, you're burnt out. What does it mean to be burnt out? Burnt out mean I'm tapped out. Like most of the time I'm sleepy. Most of the time I have no energy to do any work. Most of the time I don't feel like doing absolutely nothing. Even if it comes to household tasks, is doing laundry. You don't feel like doing it. You don't feel like cooking. You don't feel like interacting with your immediate family. You don't feel like doing any of these things. Okay. So that can become a huge problem. Another way to find out if you're dealing with if you have reciprocity, I won't say issues, but if you're not reciprocated back for your energy that you're giving out, is that your money, your finances will begin to shrivel up. You find yourself pouring and investing in things, and you don't see the harvest or the fruit come back. That can be a big issue. If you're sowing, I use certain terms, or if you're giving to certain scenarios or certain groups or organizations, and you just don't see the harvest come back. Okay, when it's time for you to be in need of whatever, whether it's grocery shopping or finances or any type of bill, it's not there. Okay, and then person can get on the phone with you and ask for something, whether it's whatever. I'm going to say whatever because it could be a number of things, and you turn around and you need that to come back and it doesn't happen. So things that I do once I see that this is take place, I like to separate myself. It's the best thing possible. Okay, sometimes you can separate yourself and the person is still around you. The people, places, and things are still around you. And sometimes you can separate yourself to where they just will go, or things will just find this way of separating. And when I separate myself, in this time, this is where I am praying, fasting, and asking the Most High to have people, places, or things that's going to benefit me, that's going to help me, that's not going to have me pour out all the wonderful things that God have for me and not see any of these come back, whether it's my finances, whether it's my time and energy. They say time has no time has no limit, but we have an understanding. That's the scientific definition, but down here right now in normalcy, people can run and waste your time and have no intentions on pouring or have absolutely no intentions on doing the right thing for you. That can be a bad situation. So you want to, again, journal these things down and ask yourself, where am I right now? Am I getting back what I'm pouring out into anything, whatever it's your workplace, it's your home life, it could be your job life, whatever. You examine yourself, you know your situation. Ask yourself, am I receiving what I'm giving out? I'm going to bed, I'm late, and I'm giving 120, 150% of me at work, and I'm coming home and my paycheck is like nowhere near, and I have to make things happen. Okay, in the beginning of the month when you pay your mortgages and your car notes and wonderful things. So ask yourself, is this the job for me? Is this where I'm supposed to be in life? Is it more that I can do? Separate yourself from these things, whether it's a couple of days, a couple of weeks. I always encourage take a vacation. That's just my thing. Okay, so when I see that it is time to make some major moves, I am out. There's nothing you can do to stop me. It's time to take a flight. It's time to go for a walk, whether it's in the States or out of the States. That's what it's just time to do. Okay. When it comes down to relationships now, everyone has to examine. This is 2023. I think now more women are finding it more easy to just go ahead and separate themselves from things that no longer serve you. And I'm not going to say just men. Just women. Men and women are separating themselves from things that no longer serve them any greater good. Okay. We know that, people prior, our ancestors have dealt with things that just never made sense. Okay, and I just think that at this time right now, and I'm seeing a lot in my personal life, I'm just not going to accept a one-sided relationship because there's no fruit, there's no reward, there's nothing at the end. I like equal reciprocity. If I am talking to you and we're making moves on your end, I expect the impossible, okay, to take place, that you will do the same thing for me. And sometimes that just does not happen. So whether it's male or female, you examine where you're at. If you're at that breaking point and you feel like, you know what, I can't make this happen no more, then go ahead and just say, you know what, we need to separate for now, and then we'll see what take place. Do not be afraid right now to find other avenues and other ways to find companionship. Okay, so you examine yourself. It's a hot topic. It's a touchy topic. So I try to tread light on the words that I said. But this is just where I stand. This is just where I'm at. Again, I'm your host, Shane. This is Coffee Talk, and this is just a casual conversation. It will be uploaded on major platforms, which is hopefully Roku, YouTube, my YouTube channel, and you'll see it uploaded. Okay, so ask me some questions down in the comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible once I see it. But this is a live recording that I am doing, so it will be posted later on, right? So again, today's topic, we talk about reciprocity, the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefits. Okay, so we know that this word reciprocity, the word reciprocate comes from the word reciprocity. To reciprocate is to have an equal exchange of any type of benefits, whether it's mentally, physically, sexually, whatever. It's mutual benefits that have to take place. I do believe in one hand washes the other. I do believe in equal give and take. I do believe in ending things that no longer serve me, because I don't want to pour all this wonderful goodness that God has in me. And a lot of us are walking around with wonderful gifts and amazing personalities and amazing love and so much love to give. And it's a difficult situation to where you cannot give it the way that you see fit, or give it or share it with somebody. Or if you do share it with someone, they don't respect it, they don't honor it, they don't acknowledge it. So that could be a form of reciprocation. Okay, so yeah, you just examine. I'm one for journaling. You want to go ahead and journal and write down things that just no longer serves you, and write down good things that serve you. Also write down wonderful things that is for that is it is good for you. Wonderful things that can wonderful things about yourself, wonderful things that you bring to the table, and then just work on that for yourself. I don't think that it's a bad thing for us to, again, ask for what we pour out. Those of you that I have to add this on to, those of you that are business owners, that are launching or starting to launch, and those of you who have been laboring for quite some time to try to make your passion, your career, or some extra income. I don't think it's a crime to charge, as long as the charges is not outrageous, and that the product or the process or the service that you're giving, it's 100% authentic. It's 100%. So it is a must to have that, in which that's your craft, and you want to make sure you reciprocate the energy that you put into your work. You wanted to see it come back. In monetary gain and networking and advertising and in commercial, you want to make sure that does come back. And so I don't think that it is a crime to ask for it. I think your approach to things, you should monitor it, but to ask and see who it is, because as a business owner, we have to make sure we have an understanding that you're asking someone to invest in you. Okay, so we want to make sure that what we are producing is 100%. So, in just overall life, just examine where you at, and ask yourself, am I being reciprocated back this great energy? Now, when I say about energy, we all have wonderful energy. God gives us a certain amount of energy for us being who we are. Okay, in other traditions, it's called your ashe, or it's called your aura. Okay, and sometimes people want to be around you and be in your aura, for you to pour out whatever it is that you have into them. Unknowingly, they're taking from you, and then they expect to see for you to get some type of something back, whether it's acknowledgement, a phone call, a text message. It never takes place. Okay, so that's considered reciprocity. That's considered reciprocating energy to and fro. Okay, so examine yourself. Again, I'm your host, Shane. You can go ahead and support the channel. And if you have any questions or comments, respectable questions or comments, you can go ahead and put it down in the comment box. I will be coming with you to you with weekly conversations and topics, and this happens to be the topic for today. So I thank you all for your support. I can be reached at emeraldempire330 at gmail.com, emeraldempire330 gmail.com. Again, my cash app is more Shane 888. That's 3 8s, and the information will be in the comment box at the end and at the bottom of my information on YouTube. Have a great night.